is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Listen, hopefully go, but listen, Deontay Wilder, where you at? June, where you at, Wilder? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready! Let's get it, Deontay! Let's go! No more excuse. Forget Joshua doesn't let me ready in time. Let's do this. June, live at the O2. Let's get it. I'm number one, baby. Let's go.
You know the saying.
Let's go. That's it.
Stay hungry, stay humble. I'm humble in defeat, and I'm going to remain humble in victory. This is it, right?
Daladi Biasi Productions.
I just wanted to put on a great boxing masterclass and also show the sweet science of this lovely sport. Man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
I'm prepared to the best of my capability, and I pray that I get the win. Look at it, like, I love Mike Tyson, how he came into the game on some different kind of vibe. You know what I mean? It takes a crazy man to want to fight, you know what I mean, day in, day out. A hardcore sport, as you said, no silk shoes.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back for your double dosage of the Boxing Voice Radio, hashtag TBV podcast, whatever hashtags are used. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs, and I'm joined along absolutely no one as I'm doing this one solo dolo Scarface without Manolo. We're here to discuss Dillian Whyte and the fact that his fight with Alexander Povetkin is nearly done. We reported this morning on Andy Ruiz and the rumors of Ruiz turning down Dillian Whyte to face Luis Ortiz. You want to catch that episode? You can do so right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. We had the trainer of Luis Ortiz on the show giving his thoughts, Herman Salcido. So if you are interested in what team Ortiz thought of the possibility of facing Ruiz, then don't forget to check out our earlier episode this morning. Now, I wanted to discuss the other half of the Dillian Whyte Andy Ruiz saga, which is Dillian Whyte and the fact that Eddie Hearn has confirmed to Michael Benson that he's looking to do Alexander Povetkin versus Dillian Whyte on April 25th or May 2nd. He also wants to put Filip Hrgovic versus Martin Bakole on the undercard, plus Callum Johnson's European title against Igor Mikhalkin on the undercard. So that's actually a fantastic little heavyweight scrap between all four of these heavyweights. I like Hrgovic's Bakole opponent, and I don't mind Whyte versus Povetkin. Again, if we're thinking Whyte-Ruiz, if Ruiz, and the rumors are true, he's fighting a 40-year-old in Luis Ortiz. And, Povetkin is around that, around that age. So I see it as a good fight. Both guys could come to the table later on. I believe they couldn't agree on dates, which is cool, Both go and fight someone else, come back and renegotiate. Now, as far as Dillian Whyte, he and Povetkin both last fought in Diriyah in Saudi Arabia. His opponent was obviously Maurice Vac. He was overweight. He said he suffered some sort of depression due to the Oscar Rivas situation. Quickly, Oscar Rivas signed with Top Rank and will possibly report on whatever new fight he's going to have. So he said he signed to Top Rank because he knew he wasn't going to get the rematch with Dillian Whyte, according to him. That being said, for Whyte, this is a great name to have on your resume. Wilder was supposed to face Alexander Povetkin. He's only lost to Vladimir Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. So this is a great name to have on your resume. Even though it feels like Alexander Povetkin is being more active than normal, he's still only fighting his normal 2 times a year. But, his fights are more meaningful, I would say. They're on DAZN, they're on Sky Sports, and they're with names that, we know. Now, he suffered a draw in his last fight versus Michael Hunter. I thought Michael Hunter defeated him. So again, for Dillian Whyte, he's being treated like the A-side, similar to what I said about Andy being treated as the A-side, being given the 40-year-old fighter. Dillian Whyte is being given the 40-year-old Povetkin. And, he gets an opportunity to continue making a name for himself because Alexander Povetkin possibly would be considered the, A or B in terms of biggest names on Dillian Whyte's resume. It depends what you prefer. Do you prefer the win over Joseph Parker? Do you value that more than an Alexander Povetkin scalp at 40? I guess a secondary question would be who is taking on the tougher opponent? If Dillian Whyte truly faces on May 2nd or April 25th Alexander Povetkin and Ruiz's rumors become true and he's facing Luis Ortiz, who do you think took on the tougher fight in your eyes? Povetkin's always made a great of account of himself. People seem to forget the names that he's defeated, but he beat guys like Hughie Fury, David Price, Christian Hammer, Andrei Rudenenko, Joanne Duhaupas, Maurice Vac. He knocked him out in the 12th where Dillian Whyte, went the distance. He beat Mike Perez. He beat Carlos Takam, and he knocked him out where, AJ went the distance. He beat regular champion Manuel Char, and he knocked him out. So the thing is, in his last 4 fights, he's gotten 1 knockout over David Price, which was a gimme. Christian Hammer in 2017, he was not able to knock him out. But just remember, when he fought Christian Hammer, he wasn't really on the scene in the terms of, like, when he signed with Matchroom, he's been under the radar. He's got a test, you know what I'm saying? Christian Hammer was a fight in Russia, so, and that still went the distance. David Price, like I said, we knew was chinny. He knocked him out. Joshua knocked out Povetkin in 7. It was a TKO, though. Then, he went 12 with Hughie Fury and then split decision draw with Hunter. So maybe White's getting him at the right time where his power, they do say it's the last thing to go, but maybe the old age is kind of just setting in more than the power where, you don't have the reflexes or the ability or agility to make that power work for you. But yeah, man, I think that's about it. I just wanted to report that Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin will take place, according to Eddie Hearn, who told Michael Benson on the 25th or May 2nd. So this fight is nearly finalized with a very good undercard. I like Filip Hrgovic. I want to keep looking at him. We had Shelly Finkel on the show yesterday. You heard what he had to say about Hrgovic. He believes that he's, a guy that you should keep your eye on. Martin Bakole, on the other hand, he suffered, I believe, a loss to someone we know. I'll Google him now. So he's looking to bounce back. And, he's with Matchroom. This is a big fight. He's also the brother of Macaboo. Remember that, the cruiserweight WBC champ. So Martin Bakole last fought Rodney Hernandez. Did he stop him? Yeah, he got him out of there in 2. Nice. Let me see. This was November 2nd. Okay, well, he got Rodney, not too much of a layoff. Definitely after the DeVelco loss that we all saw. Okay, well, he knocked out Rodney. That's impressive. Ajagba did it in 5, so 2 rounds. That's impressive. Bakole with the bounce back. What else has Bakole done? He beat Kevin Johnson. I remember that fight. So he's got 4 wins. He beat Maurice Vac in 8, where Dillian Whyte, went the distance and he knocked him out in 8. So he's definitely on a comeback, since the loss to Michael Hunter, he has gotten 4 straight TKOs. So, I mean, he's feeling himself, and he's not afraid to take on Hrgovic. Now, on BoxRec, because of the points, he's 35, but a win over Hrgovic, I'm sure, is going to move him. Hrgovic is ranked at 14. So, the only reason I'm giving you all this information is because, again, this is a good supporting card. Even Callum Smith versus Igor Mikhalkin. Igor, I believe, is someone. I'm saying Mikhalkin. It's not. It's Mikhalkin. I believe he's one of those undefeated fast-tracked fighters. Or I could be wrong. Let's see. He's coming off of a unanimous decision and a RTD, both in Germany. Yeah, this is probably the showcase fight for Callum Johnson. I'm not really seeing any names of note on Mikhalkin, so definitely had him confused. But again, you get to see Callum Johnson. He's a big puncher. He gets himself a knockout, and continues to remain there for one of those other 175-pounders, plus the co-main, with Hrgovic and Bakole, and then Povetkin and Whyte, I think, round up this card very nicely, in my opinion. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, as it helps with the visibility of the show. Lets me know you at least enjoy the content, and it's absolutely free, all right? Not asking anybody to super chat or anything like that. I mean, obviously you can, but not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to hit that thumbs up button so that we can continue to grow and we can continue to get these big name guests. We just had a guest earlier today. It was Herman Salcido, the trainer of Luis Ortiz, man. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. Remember, we're on all podcast forums: iTunes, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeart, Stitcher, right here on theboxingvoice.com. We're also right here at youtube.com/theboxingvoice. So yeah, man, check us out. Show some support. We got a super chat coming in from Francisco, who says, Ness and Marcus, the 2 Latino boxing media pioneers. Shout out for the support, brother. Thank you. We're going to go out to the phone lines. First, quick word from our sponsors.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
All right. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here. Voice of the People hotline. Add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. We're going out to Ringer, Steve, Chicago. Good morning. What up?
Yeah. Hey, good morning, Ness. Yeah, this is a good fight, a good domestic level fight for those guys over there. I didn't catch your show earlier. That's a great fight, Ruiz and Ortiz. That would answer a lot of questions about where both of those two are at. But yeah, I don't have much to say on Povetkin and Whyte. That's a good little show for those guys.
I agree, man. Good scrap, man. Good scrap. Povetkin has always proven to be pretty durable, so it would be interesting to see, how well Dillian Whyte does. He didn't look good in his last fight, and it's like I said, Povetkin knocked out, Vach, and now we found out that even Bakole knocked out Vach, who's an up-and-coming heavyweight.
Yeah, and I thought Hunter won, too. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, so did I, man. So, it would be interesting to see. And now, there's going to be, people are going to be casting an eye on Dillian Whyte. So, drug testing wise, stamina wise, performance wise, physique wise, people are going to be keeping his eye on him. So I'm interested to see, what version of him comes in.
Yeah, he didn't look good that last fight. He didn't look good. Whyte.
No, he sure didn't, man. He got the win, so he lives to fight another day. He will be fighting Povetkin. Listen, Steve, I'm going to get to some other caller. Lids Low, Decatur, Georgia. Talk to me.
Yo, what's up, Nick? How you do, man?
All good, champ. Good morning.
Good stuff. Hey, that's a good fight. You know me, I don't care too much for White, so I'm gonna back up Povetkin. And for that Ruiz and Ortiz, that's some good shit too. And I got Ortiz in that one. So don't my picks, man.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Lids Low, Decatur, Georgia. Stand up. We're going 7 Chicago. 7 in California. What up? Good morning. Just listening, going once. I know you're a listener. Going twice.
Listening today, bro.
All right, brother. We're going to Sid in Florida by way of Cincinnati. Just listening to, champ. All right. So, Trey, just listening as well.
Nah, I'm here. I just caught this one late. I was listening to the first show with Ruiz and Ortiz. That's a good fight. PBC predicted it. With that one, I guess I'll go with that one. I'm going with Ortiz because Ruiz may not be in shape. We don't know. Dillian Whyte, I knew he didn't want that smoke with Ruiz. He was just trying to get shit lit. He was just trying to clout chase and get his name out. After that last performance, why would he fight Ruiz and risk getting his ass kicked? Because I mean, if he show up like he did in that fight, out of shape Ruiz, I still fuck him up. I don't really care about the Dillian Whyte Povetkin fight. Honestly, he need to fight somebody right now, which we know he's not going to because he's got that number 1 spot for Wilder. So he's just waiting. That's my call.
All right. Thank you for calling in, Trey. We're going out to Boomerang, or should I say Triple Rang, CYP. What up? Good morning.
What up?
What up, brother?
Let me, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I looked it up. Dillian Whyte is probably he's the only top 10, so-called top 10 heavyweight that will now have faced 3 40-year-olds in the past 2 years. That's 3 40-year-olds in the past 2 years. We're talking about different 40-year-olds, and none of them is named Luis Ortiz, the best 40-year-old. It's funny how he finds these old-ass dudes to fight, but won't fight the best old dude. You know, and that's all I'm saying about that clown, because we understand that, you know, the UK got to do whatever they can to stay relevant. Whatever they can. If the dude look bad, I'm going to fight him. If the dude got knocked down, I'm going to fight him. If the dude got a little bit of a name, I'm going to fight him. But if the dude could beat me, I don't want no piece of him. I'm just going to talk about him like I want a piece of him. So all of y'all be happy about the fact that Dillian Whyte find another 40-year-old that's not Ortiz, and we all going to watch because I'm a supporter of boxing. I'm not going to sit here and hate on the man totally if I'm going to watch his ass fight. See, all y'all going to watch Wilder fight, ain't y'all? But y'all still going to hate, dummies. And half of y'all going to stream the fight like some fucking clowns and then come back and talk about the numbers. Stream the fight, come back and talk about how the numbers didn't do well.
Cut it. CYP, thank you for calling in. Josh, the new ringer, cutting up. What up?
What's up? You got my message?
Definitely.
Nick?
Just hit you back on there.
Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, this White Povetkin fight, man. I guess I could settle with it. Hey, man, I want to ask you this, Ness, because I know Dillian Whyte ain't gonna do this no time this year, probably till after he fight Wilder. But when you think him and Miller gonna fight, Big Baby Miller? I love to see that fight.
I mean, right now, man, looks like Top Rank is in the heavyweight business, bro. They've signed a heavyweight, so I don't know if they're gonna be doing any cross promotion. We gotta see. We gotta see how that works out. Miller's with Top Rank right now. We gotta see how that works out. You know, they signed Miller, they signed Rivas, they signed Fury, they signed Adjacababel. Mm-hmm. You know, so it looks like they working. And don't put it past them signing Takum. I bet you. You know, Joe DeGuardia knows Bob pretty well. They might do something with Takum.
Yeah, I see that myself. All right, yo, Ness, I just want to ask you one more thing on this ringer. So, I get it's still 1:30, right?
Yeah, minute and 30, and then 3 minutes on the flagship shows. And what it does is allow you to cut the line. So only people that come before you are masterminds, pound for pound mastermind, and boomerang. Then ringer is next. But
All right.
past the
Well,
pound,
salute to the show.
Thank you. Pound for pound and mastermind. They're pound for pound obviously is the top of the top, and then mastermind. But they also get ringers, and their status obviously is before. But yeah, man, want to go to Marabula? What it do?
Hello.
What up, champ?
Yeah, what up? Well, I think the fight is okay. It's not really like what we expected. I expected Dillian to go for better than Povetkin, but obviously, I think what him and Eddie are trying to do is get him back into that winning momentum mentality. And I would want him actually to fight in the US. I think the April 25th one is a MSG show, the small theater show. I think that's where they're trying to get him at, because the pay-per-views in the UK are stacked right now. It's like there's probably
No way they doing this in Madison Square Garden. You talking about MSG over here in America?
Yeah.
Hell
the
no.
Hulu, is it the Hulu theater? Is it the Hulu theater?
Bro, there's no way Povetkin and Dillian Whyte will main event in the Hulu theater.
Nah, they will not main event, but I think he was trying to get Maurice Hooker and Progre there, Katie Taylor and Serrano there, and then stack up Dillian Whyte probably as a co-main event there.
Okay. If you do Katie Taylor Serrano, maybe Serrano could pack the house, but
yeah, I think he's trying to stack it up with like Hooker and Progre, Katie Taylor and Serrano, and then sticking White and Povetkin there.
Yeah, but Hooker and Progre, they're like from Texas, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Eddie's wilding.
Yeah, but that was his show. But I think because if you heard Adam Smith's interview with, I think, IFL, he said he wouldn't mind Dillian fighting in the USA, because right now it's like the UK is packed with pay-per-views, and people over here are just like, why we get so many pay-per-views? Because the big fight is like now, like the Ages and the Furies are getting 25 pounds, which is probably like cut it.
Matabula, man, thanks for calling in. We got Brandon in Cincinnati. What up?
What up, Ness? Good morning to you, brother. Hope you had a happy Valentine's Day last night with your lady.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I don't mind the fight. I don't mind the Ruiz and Ortiz fight. Keep these, other motherfuckers in the top 10 of the heavyweight division busy. Keep them well paid. Keep them out of the way. So when it's time for the big three to match up and fight, these dudes ain't complaining about mandatory shots and all that other shit. So I'm cool with it. I'm cool with the other fight, but out of the four, if I could choose, I would rather see Dillian Whyte and Dillian Whyte and Ruiz getting in. But like I said, I'm cool with this shit. As long as they happy getting paid, so when the big three fight, we ain't got to worry about no complaints. But that's my call, brother.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Let's see where we going to next. Looking like Florida. Tim in Florida, what it do?
What's up, Ness?
I'm
going to tell you something. I like the Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz fight. This fight, it's all right. But this is my opinion about Dillian Whyte. I think he's a big bluff. And I say that because, yeah, Povetkin got the name, and he's going to put his name on his resume. But I'm going to say what Andre Ward said. It's about not who you fight, but where they are in their career at that point. And at that point right now, I think Povetkin is not there at his career. He had a loss. Well, it was a draw, but I think Hunter beat him. And, he hasn't been looking good. So I think Dillian Whyte is just trying to put names on his resume. So at the end of the day, maybe he's trying to do like a Floyd Mayweather. Say, oh, yeah, I beat this guy. I got this guy. I got this guy. I got this guy. I got an awesome resume, man. I'm the greatest. Fake-ass Jamaican. Look here. He fighting these old men. But like I said before, but I ain't going to keep saying it until, Louis Ortiz.
Cut it. Thanks for calling in, champ. Let's see. Did we get out to Big If? What up? Big If? Big IF? You there? 337? 337 going once. 337 going once. Just listen. All right, champ. All right. I mean, I tried. Definitely tried. And the line's still working because I'm checking it as we go. We going out to Stunner, New Jersey. What up? Good morning.
Salute, PBB.
What up?
All right, so as far as White, right? Now, as you know, I don't like this dude at all. So he wants to fight Povetkin. All right, cool, go ahead. Do that. But as we know, the chances that Wilder's going to be facing White this year, slim to none. We're going to push you back to 2021. So in the meantime, after you get rid of this midget Russian that you're about to fight, wouldn't you agree with me, Ness, that if White is going to continue to fight this year, that his next opponent should be somebody who physically matches one of the title, the champions like Wilder or Joshua, a 6'6", 6'7" person? Would you agree or disagree?
I mean, if you want him to be prepared for the height, but I mean, he just fought someone tall, so
yeah. Wouldn't you agree that he looked very bad in that performance when he fought somebody tall?
But he was also coming from some time off and some mental shit, right? Like is emotionally, his career was on the line, so he could have been emotionally distraught.
But here's my point. When he fought Robert Helenius, who's a decently tall person, he also struggled when he had to punch up. So I feel like he should fight somebody tall if he's going to be fighting Wilder or Joshua. That said, Gerald Washington fights this week. So after Gerald Washington KOs the guy that Joshua won his belt from, Charles Martin, he's going to be free. So then White can get his fight off. And then I think we can see Washington versus White. It's a good fight.
That's a lot of faith in Gerald, man. I'm trying to get Gerald on the show. It's just kind of pretty hard to hammer these West Coast dudes down, man, on the schedule we want, right? We want to keep ours like East Coast time. But yeah, man, let me see here. CYP, Boomerang.
Yo. Oh, my goodness. This is for the people in the chat. We do shows every day. We talk to actual people who are involved in boxing. We talk to WBC. We talk to a whole bunch of people so we can get a lot of our opinions ratified, right? Tells us the truth about what's going on. So we're going to put in that kind of work on this show and be a credible show because we actually are, because we talk to these people. We can't then let the interview go, come back and say the same lie we were saying before. We can't do it because it makes us look bad, my man. So please, anybody in the chat, I'm letting you know, if you already heard something be ratified and something be clarified, don't come back here saying the same shit because that's called trolling and you'll be in the corner. I don't want to put you in the corner. I actually want to go for your head. But if you keep doing it, we're going to have a problem. Now, if anybody wants my Fury bet, please hit me up. CYP out. Get some help.
CYP, you might as well take that third one because we are out. If not, just catch us on the next show because I'm pretty sure I'll be back. There's a lot to discuss. Thinking maybe a little immediate reaction on some stuff. Yeah, man, Big If, I'm going to try you one more time. We out. If not, you there? Big IF, Big If. No, am I pronouncing it wrong? 337 going 1, 2. All right, we're done. That's GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Salute.